Here's why I don't fear going outside at night in most areas in Europe, and why you may or may not. Hello, and welcome back to the Traveling Report. Today I wanted to go over why I feel safe in most places in Europe, and why I don't necessarily recommend you do as I do. Oftentimes, in a lot of different environments, people say that they are safe, that it is safe. And, well, I think that for the vast majority of people, they could handle being out at night in Europe. I don't think that inherently it's something that you can say is 100% guaranteed that you're never going to get anything stolen, you're never going to get pickpocketed, you're never going to get, mugged, anything like this. Even in Europe, there is still a element of danger in going out at night. Now, that is significantly reduced in comparison to, let's say, a United States or I'll pick another country, Brazil, but it's still something that you can't just automatically say, I feel this way, so you should feel this way. And I think this is something that a lot of consultants get wrong. They automatically presume their comfort level is the same as someone else's. And this is really what I despise from consulting. And I think it's absolutely abhorrent that people still don't understand that it is scary to some people to walk at night, and some people are more vulnerable at night than others. Now, I don't particularly find myself getting into a lot of trouble at any point, and I've been to very dangerous countries, and going on 34, you kind of learn the patterns and learn what to look for and how to look for it. But not everyone is able to learn what the patterns are. And if you're not able to learn what the patterns are, the most realistic advice I can give you is perhaps stay home after the lights shut off. Now, obviously, in a place like Chisinau, there's going to be lighting everywhere. And it makes things more visible, it makes things safer, of course. But that's not to say you're not going to find a dark alleyway or an underpass that isn't safe. Now, Moldova is a bad example because it's one of the safest countries in Europe, but the same principles apply wherever you decide to look. And this is something that many people don't realize and think, oh, this happens in this place, well, it'll also happen in this place. Now, I'm living proof, obviously, that things might not go wrong if you live in Europe and you're walking outside alone. I'm doing it right now. But I'm also realistic in the expectations I give my clients. And certainly, a realistic expectation is that not everyone has the same level of risk tolerance. What I may consider risky, some other people may consider safe. What some other people consider safe, like I may consider that way too safe, and I want more risk. And so it's about personal preference towards these ideals. And certainly as a consultant and being on the ground, I go into dangerous places. I have gone to Ukraine recently. Now, Ukraine isn't that dangerous, and I think that if you want to learn more about Ukraine, you can watch the video down below about what Ukraine obviously is going through. But inherently, to keep a professional veneer on any advice I give you, of course I'm not going to say that, it's 100% of the time safe in Moldova, because that's not the actuality of it. I've had things stolen here. Now, it hasn't been violent, it has just been pickpocketing. And there are some parts of the country that are less safe. Some parts of Chisinau are less safe than the US. But that's comparing apples and oranges, because getting pickpocketed is very different to getting shot, to getting stabbed, and I don't mind getting pickpocketed. To be honest with you, it's not like I'm gonna think that it's good that I got pickpocketed. No, of course not. But it's something I can move on from. And because I run a business, and because it is identifiable as a capital loss, I can write it off on taxes. And I contacted the police. I did all the proper things, so I can legally deduct it as a capital loss. So I'm not hurting from that ordeal. Especially if you are a person of means, the fact that you are somehow shielded goes down substantially. And if you are walking around with money on you, you become a target, regardless of whether or not you want to be. And if you look like a tourist, you'll be treated like a tourist. I have my phone out. I'm going to be treated like a tourist. But I don't really mind that. And especially because I don't fear people here, I can kind of get away with it. But not in all cases will you get away with having the fact that your money is safe be the case. You will not always have protection of funds. And so that's why I give you these warnings. Because guess what? You could go to countries that are super unsafe and never have a thing stolen, and then go to a country that's super unsafe or super safe and have a lot stolen. And so this is just the warning that I give all clients, and sort of what I go over realistically, to learn their risk tolerance, learn how they operate. And of course, if you're looking for this sort of a service, consulting one-on-one is free for 15 minutes, and I will get to your situation specifically. That said, if you liked this video, it's getting pretty dark, so I'm trying to end it off. If you liked this video, feel free to like it. If you really liked this video, feel free to share. If you are looking for one-on-one consulting services, again, down in the description down below. 15 minutes one-on-one with me, absolutely free. Without further ado, this has been the Traveling Report, and I'll see you later.